It's me again, and welcome to my channel. Home improvements, heartaches, and hairstyles. So yesterday, I was sitting here, and I was whining about being tired. Anyway, I stayed pretty tired throughout the whole day. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to do, but I got stuff done. Now, let's get on with the subject, okay? Yesterday, I got victory. Now, I try to get victory every second. I just think, okay, if I'm breathing, if I'm alive, if nobody's dying, I'm getting victory, right? But yesterday was some groundbreaking victory. We have lived since the summer of 2015 without any type of oven or cooktop. And that's because we just have not had an oven or cooktop since the summer of 2015. And so anyway, this is a 1957 mid-century that I got a hold of, and you have to, if you're going to remodel this 1957, you have to have a wall mount oven, okay? Now, when I got a hold of it, somebody had hacked and put in oven cooktop combo completely wrong. I did the forensic. I looked at the forensic evidence, and someone had taken out two double ovens. Okay, but I understand why these things happen. You know, tastes change, and all of a sudden, I don't know, I guess wall mount ovens got expensive, and I can understand why somebody would go down to a different type of a cooktop and an oven. So anyway, I did my homework, and like I always do, or I try to do, and so I had decided on the exact type of wall mount I was going to get, which is this wall mount, and it happens to be, at the time that I purchased it, the cheapest wall mount oven you can buy. And the benefit is that this is literally as stock as a stove. There's nothing on here that makes it special. This does not have a self-cleaning oven. This does not, all this does, this will just heat food, okay? At like, I guess up to 450 degrees. And it's got a timer on it, and that's nice. But the only reason I got it is because it's a wall mount, and I hate to repeat myself, but like I said, if you're remodeling in 1957, you got to go with the wall mount. And so I've resigned myself to this wall mount, and I'm not sure when I'm going to cross paths with it, but I know which one I'm going to get. And I just so happened that I was at As Is at the company that sells this oven, and I went to the As Is first, and lo and behold, on the ground, As Is was the cheapest wall mount you could buy, and it was As Is. But As Is, at this place, the stuff has to work. So I knew it was going to work, but it didn't come with a box. It didn't come with any instructions on how to use it. It has instructions on how to install it, which was very important. It had some bolts, or it had some screws, and it had some grommets, and it had some hardware with it. But anyway, I had no way to get it. Once I had the workers at the store put it into my vehicle, I had no way to take it from my vehicle and bring it up into my home. But you know, As Is, you know, you gotta operate quickly because somebody else could come along and they could get it. So also there's no returning it either once you get it, and you can't return it. So I knew I was stuck with it, and I was just hoping that the electronics weren't damaged. So anyway, what I had to do is I had no one to help me get this thing and all up into this house. So I had to go to a local watering hole, and believe me, you know, I know people. I've made a lot of connections. I need to rely on my neighbors. So I know my neighbors, I know where to track them down. And I had to go into the local watering hole and ask somebody that was sitting at the bar that I know. I said, can you please help me hump this oven up into my house? And I'll pay you. And he's like, no, you're not paying me. I'm just going to help you. It's going to be more fun to help you move this oven than it is going to be, you know, sitting at this bar drinking my beer. And he, mind you, he had a full pint of beer that had just been poured for him. So he gets in my vehicle, we drive to the house, and we take the oven, and the two of us carry it all up into the living room. We put it in the living room, and it sat in the living room for probably 4 months, I'm guessing, off the top of my head. I don't want to, you know, take up all your time with this video, but that oven sat there and sat there and sat there and sat there. And then I had to build the cabinet. The cabinet had to get built, the tile had to get put in, all this stuff had to happen. But I had to hang on to this oven for, I don't know, it's getting on to like 8 months now. And so just yesterday, I said to myself, I'm going to put my mind to this oven. It's got pieces, it's got parts, it's kind of been scaring me because it's like, I don't want to put this together, it's just going to be tough. And it was kind of a hassle putting it together. And the reason was not because of the flange or the trim. And I'd already had some very good neighbors actually heave it up into its cavity where it rests now. But the hinges, I had taken off the oven door by myself, which is super heavy, heavy, and if you're not used to heavy, it could hurt your back. I had taken this out myself because when I first got a hold of this thing, I read the instructions and it said, take that, you know, this is glass, this could break. I threw it underneath my bed and it stayed under my bed. I dropped a whole 2 cups of coffee on the floor, about 2 cups of coffee, and you know, when this whole thing was covered with dirty coffee. And anyway, so I had to have my very talented friend who knows how to do pretty much everything. He's a smart kid. He had to puzzle this thing out with me, and I'm like, how did I get this thing off so easy? And then we had to stop and read the directions, and once we read the directions, we were able to get this thing together. But for the longest time, I'm hearing, you got to get on the helpline, and you got to get on the helpline. I don't do helplines. I can't do a helpline. I've already wasted a lot of my life being on hotlines and helplines, and so I try to stay off the phone with customer service as much as possible. But bottom line, tired in the morning, tired all day, and still progress was made. And so I would like to thank you for watching this, and I hope that you have a great day wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Thank you.